You know, that's bunk. That's bunk. 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 That's bunk. That's bunk. Bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk. Bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk.
Biggest race, biggest batch, biggest batch of biggest batch of race baiting bunk.
That's bunk. Bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk. Bunk. That's bunk. That's bunk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another thing. Hold on, man, let me get this thing straight over here, man. I do that every single time, and then it freezes, boom. I still got my chat over here, though, so let's see what happens. Okay, so yesterday, I tuned in. I was looking for a way to procrastinate again. You know, I was supposed to be doing some videos, maybe doing I was supposed to be doing something. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, so I was looking through YouTube to see if I could find something to keep me from doing what I was supposed to have been doing. Turn this music down. So I was looking through and I was like, okay, I saw Some Black Guy, right? It was that's the name of the YouTube channel. He was having a discussion about whatever. He was having a discussion about what had just transpired on the Dave Rubin show with let's see, Candace. Oh man, see, I should know their names and whatnot. What is it? What's the young lady's name? Red Pill Black, Blaire White. What's Candace's last name? Is it Brown? I don't know. Anyway, these two ladies were on the show, man, and it was like, wow, from the beginning, dude. I was like, hold up. And I was watching it, right? So I saw how he set it up because it must have been teetering or something, right? It was teetering. They were sitting across from each other. Blaire White is Blaire. Is it Blaire White? Blaire White. She's a transgender or transvestite or something. Trans woman, right? White female dude. You got Dave Rubin, a gay dude, and they got Red Pill Black, a black woman, and all of these guys used to be liberals, but now they're conservative, right? But there's this thing that's been out on YouTube. I think Tree of Logic probably brought light to this thing, and then somehow it came out over this whole thing that what's the guy's name? The white nationalist dude. He mentioned something about it, and then it became this big thing over the last couple weeks with Red Pill Black. Some people saying that, you know, she's not a real conservative. She had this site that was like a dachshund site, and I'm like, dachshund site. So I'm like, oh, you know, the cute little dogs with the long ass body and shit. Nah, man, he talking about doxing, not dachshund. So I was like, all right, let me go look that up. So I guess what it is like if somebody treats you bad online, you pretty much put them on blast. You put out their information, this, that, and the other. So people are like, well, what about privacy? Y'all like conservative and shit. So she's like, well, it wasn't even active, this, that, and the other, and the nine. And I'm just like, whoa, I'm just getting bogged down in the details. But let me tell you how this thing started out. She came out swinging, homegirl. Red pill, black versus white. Goodness gracious, man. It's like infighting. It's like, you know, black on black crime, except black on transgender on black with the gay dude trying to moderate. He was doing the best he could, though, man. That, and I'm only saying the gay dude because the black and the transvestite, because they brought that up in the beginning. It's not like it's an issue for me. I didn't know Dave Rubin was gay, so you know that was news. But it's all good. Whatever, he's trying to do his thing, and these different people are trying to do their things. It's just they brought that up in the beginning, at the top of the show, like, hey, keep in mind, we're all here. We just came over from the other side, and we trying to, you know, keep it, you know, keep it straight, right? Candace came out swinging. She was like, first of all, you a man. Oh my God. He's like, fuck all the pronoun shit, dude. You a dude. You know, so I'm really here arguing with a dude. Right. And so that kind of like set the tone. She was like, all right, so let's go. Now, I'm not picking any sides because I don't really know too much about any of these issues, which, you know, I don't really know much anyway. But I'm just saying, from what I was picked up from here, okay, it just seemed like it was just like back and forth the whole time. You know, I'm gonna turn the camera on because I forgot it was off. You up there looking at a picture beeping, a beeping picture. Let me show my beautiful face with my deer hunting scully, or what do you call it? Toboggan. Yeah. There's D Train, you beautiful, beautiful dude. You. So yeah, got wires. Yeah, put that wire over there. So yeah, so this so they getting into it, man, and it was like every single time. I mean, look, the thing about a lot of conservatives, I'm thinking that they came over from being liberal or leftist type Democrat mindset, is that a lot of the habits, I think, die hard, right? You know, if you look at today's type of liberal that they show on TV, at least, and I'm not talking about the people you know so much, because usually the people you know aren't like that outrageous as you see on TV, at least on the outside. They may have similar views, but you know, you don't see them really beating up their neighbor because they think wrong, right? Or they think differently. So that killer instinct that you know, I'm gonna demonize you, I feel like is still underlying in there. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I think that's what some on the right now, the most demonstrative, I would say, are the ones who pretty much are the biggest names out there, the most vocal, the most, you know, in your face, those are the ones who pretty much rise to the top, because that's pretty much what the conservative side really needs. You got the Mike Cernoviches out there teaching people how to do this, effectively for you, for the right side, the right conservative side. And I'm trying not to say Republican, because it almost seems like Republican that could almost also be a part of the left side, the Democrat side, especially with the establishment type of Republican. And I might do a another video on the Ed Gillespie loss up in Virginia. And Virginia's just different, man. When I go to Virginia, I'm pretty much just going through Virginia to get to another place. I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but I was talking to somebody. I just ran into somebody. I was trying to get a key made at a place, and the woman, she was talking to somebody behind the counter, and she was just talking about how she just went to Virginia. She said, "Man, those people up there are just crazy." And this is a black lady, and she seemed like, she might have a little street sense in her. She's like, now, the way she described it, she was like, now, okay, now the white folks here, they got some sense, but the white folks in Virginia, man, I don't know what's, and I didn't even say nothing. And then I was like, well, they got different kinds of laws up there, and the gun laws are a little bit different. And then she was like, that's true. It's a commonwealth. They got different kind of situation. But my main point with that is that I think the fight that was that attack mode that you tend to get from the left is now crossing over into more of the groundswell community, right, of the conservative side, and they're just coming up, and it almost seems like it's rough, because you get these other establishment Republicans with the money being pushed to the top. I can remember even in some of these elections where it's just like, why is this guy who I like the most like second or third? Well, he doesn't have the money in the back and the support that other dude has to keep his name and his face and his placards and his yard signs and his other stuff out there. So he's got like printing presses, probably. He probably owns one or access to one, or people who have access to one who's trying to see, you know what I'm saying? So it's harder for these I guess new wave of conservatives coming out. You can call them Trumpians, I guess, people who are trying to get the Trump agenda passed. These people don't have as much of a backing, and so that's why you have the Steve Bannons. But back to the red pill black and Blaire White deal. So, man, it was like the whole time, every time. And the reason I set that whole situation up like that is because every time Blaire would say something and get a half a point out, red pill was on top of it already, and she had already thought of like the psychology behind the shit, right? It's like she was already thinking like, oh, so I know what you're doing right now. You're trying to do da. And then they start bringing up old YouTube stuff, and then it was like, oh man, and it just started sounding like rah, 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 rah. And then every once in a while, guys, you guys, let her finish, please. And Candace wasn't hearing any of that. She was just talking over everybody. And she might have to work on that some, and take mental notes of their points, like some of the best debaters out there. I wouldn't call this debate. I think this was clearing the air type of thing. I can't really say who won. If you were going to try to attach a winner or a loser to this whole thing, because it's just basically two people um, arguing over a situation that, if it's not cleared up, it could be, harmful to um, Candace's image. So I'm pretty sure she's trying to deal with that as best as she can now that it's gone over what, a week or two or however long. So it's like since she went on the Alex Jones show, she been getting some heat from, like, I don't know, other conservatives, which lends to the point that they're having, is that they don't feel that she is a conservative at heart because of the way she's going at these people with the privacy issue. But at the same time, um, maybe that is could be something that you'd probably not want to do if you're going to put out people's information and where they live, work, this, that, and the other. I'm kind of skittish about that. But that instinct could be a good benefit for the conservative side if she is really conservative. I have to say, I'm not very familiar with it. I got my own thing going. But I think Mike Cernovich said it best. We're gonna need fighters. We're gonna need fighters, people who can, you know, speak on that level. And if I haven't heard her drop any swear words on national TV, and I guess it was already known beforehand that you could swear, but you know, Red Pill Black, she wasn't holding back. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, hey, they must have talked to, hey, we could swear, right? We could say shit, goddamn. We can say, bullshit. Okay, all right, just checking. All right, come on, bitch, let's go. That's the way it went down. I mean, she didn't. I will say this: she did not call her outside of her name in the clips that I watched, except for the beginning when she said, you're not a real woman, you a dude. I'm fighting with a dude up here. So it was almost like, I'm a victim type. She got the tactics, man. Hey, I tell you what, if she's a conservative and you get her up against somebody that's liberal, that's what I want to see. I want to see that. Is she gonna go completely off like she did in this arena, or is she gonna like be able to hold it and then attack? Kind of like, what's that running back in the league right now who like stops almost and then just busts through the whole? I gotta figure. I want to say Ezekiel. Is that Ezekiel Elliott? Is that the one? You got to be able to hold off that run like Ezekiel Elliott and then attack that hole and bust through there, baby. Because we're gonna need people like that on the right. And I got to do this too, but I would probably look at the Constitution and all the conservative stuff in the meantime, like when you do have some downtime, just see what people, and just look at a few Alex Jones videos and Rush and the Glenn's and just get a round view, because Glenn does some good work when it comes to history stuff. That's really the only time I really listen to him. Sometimes he just like trips me out, but just start reading stuff and just different things. Because you said 18 months, man. I've been on this train for like um what 2003, so like 14, 15 years, man, at least. And it's a lot of information out there. And liberal, or not liberal, but left wing, or alt left, or I don't know, whatever you call the Democrat side now. it's it takes some time to get over that or through that. You still might have some liberal. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying a person might only after a year or two still be cloudy on a few things. You might know what you think, and that's what you got to go on at this point. But it does take some time to develop that that sense, that underlying thing that yeah, and now it's confirmed because here it is written out right here. This person wrote this over here. Wow, I see now why they say this, right? Once you start getting into them books, I've read so many like different like passages and articles and different things that have really solidified my confidence in, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it conservatism or in like that Ron Paul type of being, where I've forgotten a lot of it because I believe in it now, and it's almost like just refreshers, just keeping up with the news. The news is it just moves so fast. You can get stuck on the news and forget to research the the underlying issues that's going on in the news. You feel me? And that's what we need to get back to. Where did this begin? Where did it start? How did that happen? Who were the players? Who were the players' parents? How did did the parents raise them? Did they come how did they grow up? I mean, and that's just this one case. I'm thinking about Darwin, right? Where did he come from? Who was his family? You start answering some of them questions, man, and you start listening to some of these people who his family is, you starting to question the whole education system. So, if there's anything I could say to the red pill blacks and the Blaire whites and the you know, Mike Cernovich is just, shit, man. Steel does sharpen steel, but at some point we're gonna have to start going against the actual opponent. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get to the opponent. How about this? How about this? How about we treat this like preseason? I have a little knowledge of working with athletics teams. I've had experience. How about we treat this as preseason, right? This is our preseason to the coming up 2018 season. Some people are going to have to be busy. Hug it out. This is like the blue white team or the red white, whatever your school colors are. This is like the black white team. This is like the red black white team. How about that? Brown. Whatever team you on, that's we all on the same team. Hug that shit out. Give each other a pound and keep it moving. The truth will come out, whatever it is. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to keep it moving, y'all, because they trying to act like they doing something now, and they ain't, they still who they are. They still who they are. Ain't nothing changed. And we're gonna have to be fighting for freedom, liberty, and justice for all. But hell, that could mean anything to any of y'all. That could mean anything to anybody, man. So I don't know. What you think? Who we got in here talking? David Whistler, 1977. Okay, let's go. Yeah, Red Pill went to fight Blaire, not talk that a pining line. I want my viewers to know I am talking to a grown man. Set the tone. All right. Thank you. I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. In the beginning, when she was like, "Yo, I'm talking to a man. I ain't talking to a woman." Right? She was like, "Yo, man, I don't know. Hey, I don't know what kind of surgery, if any, or whatever she had done. Evidently, she got a boob job and probably some some face, and I don't know, maybe something with the voice. I don't know, but I don't know what she got up under there. She still got the twig and berries." But she did set the tone right from the beginning though. She was like, "Hey, I want everybody to know I'm talking to a grand." I was like, "Whoa." you know, I was like, "Come on." Wow. Okay, so this is going to be like that. But yeah. So yeah, if I could say anything, we're going to need that fight, and hopefully it's for the right, because we're going to need more diverse talent on this side, and whoever they like to see out there fighting on our side, hey, let's support them, I guess. you know because some of these policies is coming down, man. It's just like, come on, man, it's garbage. Not like since Trump, but I'm saying they still pushing for like gun control, when it was a AR-15 that pretty much stopped Buddy from going on and doing more damage. Um, I don't. I say Buddy. I don't remember the guy's name. But I remember the guy who stopped him. His name was Steve Williford. Williford. The last name was something Williford. I want to say it was Steve, dude. Man, he's just a dude. All he is just a dude. And just a dude can make that big a difference, man. And that's all of these people are. All of these people, Red Pill, Claire and Dave Rubins, the Alex Jones, they just the dudes. They just dudes. Rush Limbaugh, he's just a dude. Hannity, it's just another dude. These are all just a bunch of dudes, dudettes, catching lightning in a bottle, working hard to catch lightning in a bottle. You got to be prepared when that's time. When that time drops, you ready to go. It'll show. You know, D Train's trying to flow. Yo, I better go. This D Train, D Train's bunk. Peace out. Y'all have a good one. I love y'all.